further down, maybe somewhere in my bomb and location station. My name is Jude or Mamigbe, and this means now this acronym. Right? Interestingly, this acronym is going to be used twice on the program today. ICE. Let me say that again. ICE. All right, did you get that? ICE. Now, for those of you who travel a lot, all right, and who are probably taking safety courses, HSC 1 and all those typed in the Bosch, all those kind of things. Yeah. If you've ever taken those safety courses, right, they usually tell you that there are certain numbers that you should have, maybe in your business or in your place that your operations are on or carrying on. You know, there are certain numbers that you should have on speed dial. But for everyday Nigerians, a lot of people, maybe because they don't work in, big companies or warehouses, they don't take it very seriously. In fact, the only number, emergency number that a lot of people are still looking for is the number to call police. And unfortunately, those numbers are 11 digits. GSM, actually. Yes, it's the 112 number. There is. But hold on. Now, it was agreed upon, it was what, 2017, 2018? Because MS coordinate emergencies with the implementation of active. So that later on. But here is where we're getting to, because when sometimes, and I've said this several times, when people call, oh, there's an emergency here, who do we call? There's a fire, please call fire services. But you were there, and I'm not saying they have an alert authority there is dangers. I think they should do that. Everybody confident yourself. This is a game. Right? Format. Talk me. What a number? Oh, and the pattern should read anybody use day. Ask my phone. I'm going to check on my phone. I do program. As always, tell them of your video. We freak the drug. This didn't for here is not available. Please do your console.
The views opinions on program do not send the Nigeriainfo Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. Nigeria, please find us on X 8003 1006. Do you know the emergency numbers? Maybe fire, police. I did inform. And I think this is the important one. Do you have a contact that can be reached in case of an emergency? Do you? Zion is on the line. Let's say hello to Zion this morning. Zion speaking to us from GRA. Zion, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Welcome.
Your discourse today is dicey. When you say which emergency number to reach out to, the question is, are those numbers working?
As a Nigerian, you have hit another nail.
The people in charge of those points, do they disseminate the information to the appropriate quarter? And how soon, how urgent do they attend to your emergency call? And decide, look at the character of the kind of emergency number they gave us. 11 digits. How can you store that kind of number in your memories?
Well.
That alone is an error.
Well.
It's an error. The Nigerian police emergency, not even emergency number, they say it's a control room. It's 11 digits. But let's flip the story. Look at America and other developed nations that they reason like human beings. Just 3 digits. 911. So even if you are immersing down, you cannot forget the 911. You will dial it. It's a toll free. But come here, your control room is toll free. You pay. I miss 11 digits. Now I will call 080 123 45, and they die, they go 080 123 45678. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. As for me personally, I don't have any emergency number I call. Not that I have it all, no, because I mind the kind of things I do. I mind where I go.
Fine.
I mind the kind of way I whatever. But do people call me an emergency? Oh yes.
But that's the problem. So Zion, when they call you, when they have emergencies, who do you call?
That's what I'm saying now. I don't want to put myself on that state of emergency for me to call anybody. Not that I have it all, no. I'm a struggling brother. And how much now? No be just, no be road call Nabasha where they stay here with them one or two jerrycan outside. That is just it. That is why I mind how I do my things.
Okay.
Brother, I've left all by 12 o'clock. I'm leaving my house, driving down with speed. 2 a.m. I'm leaving there just to go and see what is happening.
So Zion, now you've admitted that you don't have any number saved. Now, do you have, in River State, there was a control number that Nigeriainfo disseminated about 3 or 4 years ago. It's still active. Do you have the number, the police control number?
That is 11 digits now.
Yeah, yes, but do you still have it?
I have it.
Okay, good.
But
Now,
am I using it? No.
No. Okay, so now let's get to the second question. Now, apart from that number that you have, now if let's say as Zion de Wakago drink beer, Mosuto bite them in your phone, faint. Can somebody access your phone and say, "Oh, who do we with this man's phone?" Is there any number that you have saved?
In our pattern here, so what the mistake as my wife will go to your husband don't get access to. So you don't know. Like my wife.
Okay.
That is because you want to bring the acronym or emergency number, contact all those apps. Not so if you honest yourself another as my wife, how your other girlfriends go see and no bother. You keep it as emergency. My ma, my papa,
okay.
Jude, my brother,
okay,
Zion, my uncle. Save them like that so that we can able to access the phone and able to dial. But in some cases, those people put their phones, they lock them with certain code. You can't break the code.
That's another problem. That's another problem.
That's why I'm advocating the River State government under Dr. Peter or the one lot of things are going on.
Okay, all right, very well.
Emergency numbers. Just I have those numbers to my phone up to now.
Okay.
I don't have any intention of calling it.
You don't have any intention of using the numbers. Why? Why, Miriam?
Yes, I have them, but I've not called it whether knowingly or unknowingly. When I find myself in an emergency situation or a very dire situation, what I will do is to call a radio station. Or if it's a very risky situation, maybe God forbid, I don't even want to mention it. I'll quickly send a WhatsApp message to a radio station that I'm familiar with, that I know that, okay, any person on air can take it off.
Okay, that's you have to use it. You have to send a message to the register, and it's not far from the truth. I can't tell you how many times in the past 2 years that I personally have received messages concerning kidnaps, armed robbery, and rape. But you have the numbers. Pieces of meat. I haven't seen it. But anyway, moving on. So whilst we are, trying to relax and prepare for work and the other major economic activities that we resume tomorrow morning, we are here want to remind ourselves that emergencies do happen. None more so than in this state where in the past 3 or 4 years, fire outbreaks have been very frequent. Sadly, so I'm not saying this because it's an interesting stat, but it's very frequent. In fact, there are so many fires that happen that we don't even get to hear because sometimes, the community people in that area, maybe the neighbors, put it out. Somebody left their beans on fire, went to sleep, boom, the roof catches fire, and then the water. Nobody, knew that. These things do happen. You see, there's these numbers. Nigerian police called my service. We are appreciative of that information. Why don't you have them? Then the second thing I want to ask you, in your personal day-to-day activity, I have my phone here. Like I said, I'm editing some numbers. Do you have a contact that can be reached if there is an emergency? Emmanuel is a Rukwaku. Emmanuel, thank you and welcome to the conversation.
Yes, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Yes, I'm enjoying your program this morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Like a while ago, I was discussing with my friend concerning these emergency numbers. And then he told me that sometimes back, he was able to call a number, probably around 2010, and then they work. But these days, we keep wondering, the numbers they give are not even functional to start with. That control room you're talking about, when you call,
the responses to the room. Yeah.
in recent times,
I wouldn't say in the past 6 months, but I'd say last year and the year before.
all of those issues.
Very true.
Things are consistent and recurring things happen every day. We see it. What happens? And then, like the first caller said, the emergency numbers they give these days are almost 11 to 12 digits. How can somebody in an emergency situation who is dying be able to have those numbers offered?
That's why we encourage you to be saved on your device.
Okay, somebody in an emergency situation. My particular emphasis would be on those who stand by to respond to those emergency calls.
Emmanuel, that's very true.
Okay. You can imagine if you dial a police number and you tell them there's a robbery, the police will probably tell you they don't have fuel in their car. So the person who is dying, is he supposed to send money to police to buy fuel before they respond to his emergency and come to his aid? So these are similar issues one should really look into. So sometimes when you ask this question this morning, what came to my mind is, I think if there's any emergency in Nigeria, not just River State, it will be 419. It's like the government is like a 419 government.
Wow. So so Imara, let me ask you. So the second part. So let's say you are in a tight spot. Let's say you faint. Maybe the place was too hot, or let's say you are trapped in and your phone is outside. So say, Oga, who go fit call? Can they? Do you have a number on your phone that people can readily have access to and say, okay, call this person in case of an emergency?
To be sincere, Jude, the way the country is, my people say if you really know how somebody is, you should equally find a way on how to work out modalities on how you survive with such a person, right? So the way the country is now, I can't really tell you that I work with emergency numbers. I work with loved ones, so, which can be my father, my mother, brothers, sisters, because I truly save their numbers as that.
Okay.
And then probably for people who want to take smart, you want to save you check the name for pet names, all these sweet, honey. You could check such numbers in someone's phones like that, and then one can get a good response. Okay,
don't worry. Manuel, thank you very much. Kurt is in Choba. Let's get to hear from Kurt. Kurt, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Yeah, the topic you raised this morning is an important one, but I don't know why every time our institution like to make things difficult for our citizens. This evaluation number, I don't suppose to have police emergency number fire service emergency number, ambulance emergency number. I cannot commit on. I'm not a child. You're supposed to have 1 free toll number that you call. The people will ask you, they will link you to any of the emergency number you need. And they will connect you. Those people will arrive. Giving us all the number, none of them is working out. That's why knocking. 1 4-digit number out there. And this train will control all the emergency number you can think of. So it will work for us. That's what I think in all these things. I didn't make a call. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. Kurt says, God bless Nigeria. Now, so we're having a conversation. I have to be as direct and as transparent as possible. Now, you know that number 112, right? It actually works. But here is the problem. I did a test yesterday. Okay? Anyone who's listening to us right now, it's actually a crime to waste government services and time, right? Okay, so in fact, in some other countries, if you call them, if you prank call, if you dial 911 and say, my battery is flooded, or wrong number, they could actually trace your call and you could be fined. All right, but I did a test, not because I was trying to play funny, but I was trying to determine the average, as listeners, as Nigerians, securities, they help, press a certain number to access it. I did. And then the prompt was, okay, redirecting you. I was there for 3 minutes. I was on the line for 3 minutes. And then I ended the call. I did it again. 2 minutes. I ended the call. However, when I tried the control room number, like I said, this was last year and I've done this several times. I think almost on the fourth or fifth rate, that's the particular, right? I'm calling from, there's a problem here. Okay, we'll send somebody there. Thank you. And then there are the other cases, all right, that we need to also bring to bear. Like I asked now, second question. In your immediate space, on your device in particular, do you have a contact saved? About 8 or 9 years ago, my brother was involved in an accident in Abuja. Because the person involved in it. And it wasn't until about last year or 2 years ago that my brother finally got the video. You know how, something happens and then people record. Somebody was recording and the person made a post a few years later. That's me. My brother was knocked out. How he was saved was they pieced his phone together. The battery had come on. They put the battery and make it see whether it go work. The phone came on. Fortunately, he didn't have the passcode. As the phone came on, the last dialed number was the person that they called to say, look, this person that has this phone, he's been involved in an accident somewhere along Abuja, Worcester zone. Please, can you come? We are trying to send him to the hospital. We need somebody. And the person who he called just that morning was a cousin. My name is saved on his phone as my name. The same thing, some of you have, maybe your name is Okon. You save Jeremiah Okon. But when there is an emergency, like some of you have alluded, people go through the roots of familiarity, familiar names, wife, husband, brother. Does everybody save their names like that? Once again, hold your device like I am doing right now. Go through your phone. And maybe you should try to tweak how you save people's names. That's my task for you this morning. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Now, Unkoro, or is it Unkoro, right? On radio says, good morning. Good morning, Jude. All right, it says that something's happening at the local government area. Good morning. Does our emergency numbers respond when we need them? If fire services can't respond, then there's no need to call them. Please encourage security emergencies should be workable and responsive when in need. And for the police emergency numbers, if I have them, apart from those I can reach, they are my close relatives who are also available to respond to me. Danny Atta. Okay, all right. You have family and friends that you can respond to or that will respond to you. All right, on WhatsApp now, let me read your messages, please. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. All right, 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Uchibeke says, hi, the emergency numbers don't work. They don't work, Jude. All right, next one says, good morning, Jude. I have the fire service numbers, police, and NEPA. That's PhD. But I don't think they even attend to issues. The fire incident that happened at LG Room Institute, I called the River State Fire Service. Do you know that the lady told me that there is no permission from higher ups? It was when I shouted at her that she connected me to the one above her. And that one told her to send me the Federal Fire Service number. Jude! I called still and they came, and when the fire has already destroyed everything. So these emergency numbers, it is well. Interesting. Now, this one says, save with ICS sound practice. Like I said, if you add those, Chris, going to you. Good morning.
Now, talking about emergency,
yes.
Everyone has phone that sometimes it's coded. So when you slide the phone, you see emergency at the base of the phone. Tapping on that emergency 3 times enables you to change 2 or 3 contacts there. Your blood group and all of those information can be put there. So these are things that many persons don't really know about. So when you slide the phone, even if it's having a pattern or 2, when you tap on the emergency 3 times on anybody's phone, if there's an information there for somebody else to reach out to, be it husband, wife, brother, or sister, or whoever, you have the opportunity to put in 2 or 3 numbers there. The blood group and other stuff can be put there also. Then it takes you to where you see numbers. On top of those numbers, you see emergency. You tap on it twice again. And all of those information will pop out on any phone that is an Android phone that the person has done that.
Please, could you repeat? Could you repeat this, please? Hello, Chris. Could you repeat this so that more people can hear and understand this information just passed? Could you repeat that, please?
All right. An Android phone that is coded by number or pattern. When you slide open, you see at the base emergency. Tap on the emergency 3 times. Then you can put in number of 2 or 3 family members and their details and their address if possible, depending on the Android phone you're using. And that will be saved. Nobody can open the phone, but when that is tapped, if that on the Android phone, then you can reach someone. Even the person having the phone, and if the person's details, the person's name, the person is working, the blood group of the person, the person who knows of an emergency and other things, those information will be put there. Now, whoever that is having access to that phone can code the phone to open, but the information can be seen.
Yes.
And the type of tap emergency, when you open it, and on top, you see emergency contact. Tap on it twice. When you tap on it twice, you will see those information really well. Then you can call the number there, and you can call their name, and call the owner of the phone name, and you pass out the information that you pass out. Thank you, Mr. B.
Thank you very much. Juliet Natalie, I'll read out what Chris said again. Juliet, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Good to hear from you.
Welcome.
Please, I want to make an appeal. When somebody is on the line, please try to let the other person cut the long talk short.
We do try.
To save our friends.
Thank you.
All right. Talking about the emergency number, we had one experience sometime ago, I think last month here, close to my compound. There was a fire outbreak. And my neighbor called the fire people. I don't know. They say they don't have water, whatever.
Wow.
When the son called back again, they told the boy to call the governor. So
What?
you can imagine such response.
What? They said
At
that?
such a time as that. They said the boy should call the governor. So I don't know what the emergency number is working when you cannot use it when you need it. It's not useful. We just pray God help us.
Okay, well, God can't do everything for us. But Juliet, let me ask you: if you are in an emergency, do you have any numbers saved on your phone that people can call to help to maybe send information about you? Do you have that on your phone?
Of course, I have my husband's number. I have my brother saved. That's my brother. My sister saved. That's my sister. My auntie saved. That's my auntie.
But are those the people? Are those the people that you want in an emergency? Don't you think you should save a particular number as in case of emergency?
If you call my brother, except he doesn't go, they will respond to whatever call that concerns me at that moment.
Okay. All right, Julia. Thank you very much. Michael is in Borokiri. Michael, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
Happy
Salah.
Salah.
Yes, indeed.
Happy holiday. Good. From the start now, you would agree with me that many of those emergency worker numbers doesn't serve the purpose. Yes. For which they are both public or private, the same thing. When you call the PhD number, sometimes they would allow. In fact, these stable TV people are the worst. You would be on the queue for 10 minutes, unattended to, with no apology. They would even call you back. Good. Many of the callers have spoken very well on it. I don't know if people remember the time you also do the program when you talk about numbers. How many of us could remember numbers like our dad, like size numbers, like your math number, this kind of thing. Good. The numbers are so long. 11 digits. How many person can have that number offhand? Considering what is the economic situation, so many things in people's head at this moment. Why don't we think? Why do we need prayer points to know that those numbers are so long? God will not help us. This is what we should do. The numbers are so long, like Mr. Brown said, ask somebody have 11 digits offhand in case of emergency. And you are a science person. You know how the brain works. During the emergency, how the brain figures. How can somebody remember 11 digits? And sometimes the numbers are this kind of odd numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. It's just who is that word?
Good morning.
To the same, Chris.
After I've listened patiently and with rapt attention with what people have talked about this number, but I want to come from a different angle.
Yes, please.
It's obvious that these numbers are not working in the sense that even if you get them, they will not come promptly for service. And these are things that they should increase their salary. Increase their doing. They are working efficiently. Our eyes wouldn't have been closed. A lot of government personnel would have been working very well, and it will help our economy to grow. But you can see from what we have said, they don't even care. And these same people are the people that are going to fight to increase their salary. Well, just living in.
It's an interesting to the I was on own with God. Wow, that's so good to read. The emergency number was in the government hospital without deposit. They can't treat you. Maybe the emergency number only works for politicians. Robin is speaking to us from a chair. Robin, good morning to you, please.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy holiday.
I wish you the same, please.
And happy holiday to all Nigerians.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, please.
Emergency number. What is the legislation behind it? When you call an emergency number and they fail to respond, what is the punitive? We cannot continue to be dancing around the circle. NOA, National Orientation Agency, have also failed by not doing their work. You have had the plethora of those who have called and the responses. Is it a thing that is new? in the eyes or the ears of our legislators that when Nigerians call emergency numbers, they are let down. They don't respond. Most of them all is Nigerian police who say they are there to protect life of property. When you call them, they won't come. They climb, they turn away their eyes. They wait for one to come and complain. Agenda. That is the legislation. So National Assembly, by my commission, should amend the law to ensure that if we call any of these agencies on emergency and they fail with the proof of evidence, they should be compelled. This is my position. The farmer.
Bob is in Mbiama. Bob, good morning to you. We have John waiting. Good morning to you, Bob.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
I want to join the caller before this one. You see, Nigeria's level of corruption, I call it wickedness in this country is too much. Look, this labor, like the other caller said before this one, many of the workers here that are defeating for salary, many of them see the ad, some are going and employ their grandmother, their sister, and put their name. You then go for screening to come and see who is working. The local government staff are doing their business in the market. Only when they want to pay salary, they will just get alert. Some are playing draft, some are doing camping.
Did you just say they are playing draft?
I can go to some council, you see draft, now they're playing draft, so playing Ludo. What work are they doing? You know, it's other when your brother enters as a chairman, you carry some names and employ. Many of the workers, about almost 60% of the so-called workers of labor, local government are not working. Some are ghost names. You know, I'm telling you, you cannot exist in this country.
Okay. All right, John is in Rumola. John, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, Jude, if you be a government staff, I promise you that maybe today you may probably not have gone to work. If you hand over this security to a private firm, it will remove Nigeria police, it will remove Nigeria army from the road. Pepper and tomato will be cheap in the market. Juice from Okigwe to Port Harcourt, if it's like tomorrow is night, we have 36 checkpoints on that road. 36. Each of those checkpoints, they think they collect more, don't do anything.
Okay.
1,000.
Okay, now, but John, how does this relate to the emergency numbers we're talking about?
I counted them. I counted the checkpoints with my friend from Bika. We counted it 36. For one lane, not the other lane, 36. Hand over this Nigerian security workers to a private firm and see if you call them.
And they won't respond.
2 a.m. midnight, they will not respond. The problem is the lavish with the attitude to work. That is the problem. Most of them come and cluster around one place, also export driver. Like I say, and I repeat it again, you remove Nigerian police, you remove Nigerian army from the highway. Tomato and nama meat in the market will be cheap.
All right, John, thank you. That's an interesting take on the security service. So if they are not on the road extorting money, you can readily call them and they will be able to respond. Interesting.